Performance USA, the greatest entertainers in America, as requested by you, the fighting men of the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. Command Performance, presented this week and every week till it's over there. Hello there, India and China and Egypt and Africa. Hello to New Zealand and to our fighting men in the Solomons. Calling Alaska, the Aleutians, and our ships at sea. Greetings to Uncle Sam's nurses and civilian workers, and to all you guys in the Pacific and the Atlantic. Salutations to South and Central America, and to our friends in all the United Nations, from Pearl Harbor to Palestine, from Stalingrad to Sydney, from New Caledonia to Newfoundland, and from the North Pole to the South Pole and around the equator. It's Command Performance with music and laughter from America. And speaking of time, it's time to tell that your lovely MC is Linda Darnell.
Thank you, Don Wilson, and hiya, fellas. Here's a little something for each one of you who has a special girlfriend in the USA. That was a kiss, just in case you've got static trouble. You know, fellas... Thank you, Don. Fellas, Hollywood has all turned around. Because it used to be that the fans collected autographs from the stars. But take it from this gal. Today, the stars are your fans. And they're mighty proud of those autographs on those swell letters you send to Command Performance. Well, right now, we have a 4-letter gal who has won her letters from the Army, Navy, Marines, and the Coast Guard. And, fellows, here she is, Virginia O'Brien.
Thank you, Linda, and love to Corporal Adler and the cousins at APO 856. To Alan with the U.S. Marines somewhere in the Pacific. Hello to Alabama and the 40 thieves in that hut at APO 944. And to 4 medical sergeants to APO 835. Hi there, Davis, APO 813. To Sergeant Eaton somewhere in Egypt. For that big gang of you in the British Isles and for all of you, here's a sweet little lullaby for the kiddies of 1942. It was just a birthday party, out to have some innocent fun. And when I wasn't looking, it slipped up on me, and now the damage is done. Oh, did I get thinking at the Club Savoy? Did I get thinking I was Myrna Loy? Did I get mingling with the hoi polloi? Boy, did I get stinking at the Club Savoy. Did I get clubby with the guy with Jack? He wound up giving me a piggyback. He had me swinging on the chandelier. Boy, did I get tighter than a mouse's ear. Edie was a lady. A lady is right. I thought I was a lady until last night, but did I get stinking at the Club Savoy? Did I get sailing with the ship ahoy? And going home I met a sweet convoy. Boy, did I get stinking at the Club Savoy. Oh, 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 oh. I really wasn't thinking when I started into drinking, and I wound up getting stinking at the Club Savoy. Oh, 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 oh. You really would have died when I started getting fried, and I wound up getting pied at the Club Savoy. Started out with scotches, then switched to rye, then a little bitty zombie. My, oh, my, oh, my. Today my head is floating in a fog. It really shouldn't happen to a dog. Today my life is not a thing of joy. Boy, did I get stinking. Did I really get stinking? Did I really get stinking at the
Thank you, Virginia O'Brien. And thanks to you, Walter Scharf, for conducting the Republic Studio Orchestra. Next, fellows, in answer to hundreds of your letters, Command Performance presents one of Mother Nature's strangest experiments. A figure who, in many respects, resembles a human being. The world's most intelligent moron, America's newest zany, wacky Zero Mostel.
Thank you, L.A.N.D. Linda, Darnell, and hello, boys. I come up here tonight to tell you what's going on this amazing phenomenon known as the radio. Seems that there's a chap on the radio whose name is J.J. Agony, and he runs this Goodwill Hour, and thousands... mental. Thousands of people come up and ask him all kinds of questions, and he's been successfully answering their questions for 2 years until this one character came up and asked him a question which Agony couldn't answer, thank God. He said to him like this. Mr. Agony, my name is VP. And I came to this country when I was a boy of 2, and I opened up a little candy store. The store flourished. I married a good woman. As a result, I achieved 4 children. A good woman. And it all happened some 2 years ago. I was walking in the streets when a safe fell on my head. Naturally, I was taken to the hospital, a sick man. While there, I learned that my hitherto faithful wife, Bobo, had left me. She had taken the 4 boys with her, the one with the 2 heads and the other boys. She had taken my shaving kit, my personal belongings, my kids, my valuables. I soon got well, and while walking out of the hospital, I slipped on the steps, and I broke both my legs. So I went back into the hospital. And while there, I learned further that my store had burnt down, my insurance had lapses, my bank had failed, no Kleenex. I have nowhere to go, I have no one to turn to, so I come to you, Mr. Agony, with this. What I want to know is, have I got a problem? Or in the words of the immortal poet, philosopher, educator, James Durante, who once told me in E-flat this. So I goes into this dentist's office, and there's a guy sitting in a chair, and I noticed that one side of his mouth is perfect, but on the other side I noticed that he's got a 1 tooth, half tooth, no tooth, the whole tooth, 1 tooth, a half tooth, no tooth, the whole tooth, 1 tooth. So I goes up to him and I said, I don't understand. One side of your mouth is perfect, but on the other side, I noticed that you've got a 1 tooth, a half tooth, no tooth, the whole tooth, 1 tooth, a half tooth, no tooth, the whole tooth, 1 tooth, a half tooth, no tooth. So he said to me, it is true, my friend, that one side of my mouth is perfect, but that on the other side, I've got a 1 tooth, half tooth, no tooth, the whole tooth, 1 tooth, a half tooth, no tooth, a cavity, 1 tooth, a half tooth, no tooth. So he said to me, why do I need both sides of my mouth perfect when I speak out of one side of my mouth? But I still don't understand. Why should one side of his mouth be perfect, and on the other side he's got a 1 tooth, half tooth, no tooth?
Oh, thank you, Zero. Say, they don't